All right, Brice Jones joining me here today. Power Slap, Road to the Title 3 Striker. How you doing today, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Just kind of waking up, actually.
Awesome. Not a bad thing for people that don't know. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific, so not
Yeah.
a bad life.
Yeah. Kind of working the night shift, and then usually after
Yeah.
work, I kind of hit the gym, so I don't kind of get done and get back home until about 3 in the morning. So
Yeah. Let's
yeah,
talk about this, man. I mean, the sport is new. Obviously, you didn't grow up, wishing that this was something you would do because it wasn't around. But
yeah.
talk to me, man, about the early life, kind of where you grew up and what it was like growing up in that area.
Yeah. Just growing up, small town in Arkansas called Paragould. Probably didn't have more than 18,000 people or something like that. It was very kind of small. Everyone kind of knew everyone, and um, I didn't grow up like really that bad, but I definitely grew up pretty poor. So, growing up, a lot of fights, a lot of uh, instances like that, but, never got myself in too bad of trouble. I always kind of stuck myself a little bit out of trouble, but, been kicked out of school a few times in my life, and back when they used to paddle kids, definitely had a few of those in my time too.
Absolutely, my man. What type of student were you? Like, were you a jock? Were you a nerd? Were you more to yourself? Were you outgoing? Were you the comedian?
um, I was more to myself. I was probably a little bit of all of those things in a way, but I kind of just stuck to myself. I had a very small friend group. Everyone knew who I was, for sure, but yeah, I kind of just had like a very small kind of group. I did play football, so I did, like I said, I was kind of in all those different groups.
Mhm.
But but yeah, I mean, as far as being a good student, I mean, I was all right. I wasn't the best student in the world, and
Mhm.
uh, actually, I dropped out of high school, so wasn't necessarily the best student there for sure, for sure.
Gotcha. Talk to me about football. What did it teach you, that you're able to translate to, life in general?
Football. Um, I guess maybe what it taught me is maybe just kind of having that little bit of pressure on you, and like how to deal with it. I guess maybe I was usually on the field a lot. I played like a right tackle and a left guard, so sometimes I wouldn't even leave the field. I'd just be out there the whole game. So um, I think it just kind of taught me how to like get in that mindset, maybe like competing and stuff like that, and getting out
Mhm.
there. But um, other than that, it probably didn't teach me too many other lessons than other how to hit people really hard. But that was about it.
Gotcha. So, how did mixed martial arts come into your world?
It came into my world. Well, growing up, I ended up watching like the first UFC. The old VHS. Was out there, and so I ended up watching that. I really loved it. I was really into pro wrestling growing up, so there was that. But once I actually moved out here, and I knew that there was world class gyms out here, I tried to as quickly as I could uh, step foot in one, and I ended up. I think I was out here for like maybe 2.5 years, and said, hey, I'm 28, about to be 29. If I'm gonna start doing anything, I need to get after it. So ended up walking into Xtreme Couture, and that ride began.
Awesome, man. Well, talk to me about it. Um, you know, the start of that ride, where did it go? What did you accomplish?
Yeah. When I started, like I said, I was about 28. I was about to be 29. Basically went in there, uh, just really did everything. Did jujitsu, boxing, kickboxing. Eventually started doing MMA classes, and I'd say like a good year of doing that. I ended up trying out for the amateur team. Probably didn't have the best showing on the team. I got beat up pretty good. I had like kind of a leg injury, and then um, pulled my calf real bad. took a really bad leg kick right off the gate. So, but they put me on the team because I was tough. Like I said, I took a pretty good beating and just kept on going. So they were like, "Hey, man, like you're in the gym a lot. We know what you can do as is, but we see that you're tough and you can handle this." And so, jumping on the amateur team definitely changed some things there because you're sparring, you're going after it, and it was never light sparring. Especially I was always the biggest guy on the mat, so everybody was trying to take my head off, so
Yeah.
So like getting accustomed to like taking a big shots all the time, and knowing how to recover from it, definitely helped me tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was on the team for about a good 8 to 9 months, and then I ended up getting like a shoulder injury, and basically had to take more or less like a year off. Came back, jumped back on the team, and then we had COVID and all that stuff, and then that kind of put the sorry, my camera just went off.
Good, man.
Basically had like a little bit of delay off of that. Like I wasn't able to get in the gym for over a year, and then it just kind of fell off from there. But with all this, hopefully I can get back to training again.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever fight either amateur or professional in MMA or no?
No, I never got a chance to. I was probably like a few months away from maybe having an amateur fight when my shoulder got injured. So, no, I never got to compete. That was probably like one of the biggest kind of things that, sucked about the whole thing. I put in a lot of work and I didn't get to, show it or have any kind of result off of it,
Yeah. So talk to me, man, how did Power Slap come onto your radar, and what made you want to sign up for this?
It kind of came on my radar. It was actually funny. Dorian, Disturbing the Peace, he actually came into my work. He was doing the Logan Paul, Arnold Schwarzenegger slap competition. And he was talking to me about it, and he was like, "Hey, man, I think Dana might actually start a league or something." Somebody was talking to me, and I think it was like a few months later, all of a sudden, Dana's announcing that he's starting Power Slap. So it got on my radar, and I actually sent in a video for season 1, but I didn't hear anything back, and I was a little bummed about it, but I was like, well, maybe I'll get an opportunity down the road. And I think the season 2 came along, and I didn't apply for it. I think I just let it go on by, and then when season 3 came up, I was like, I'm not gonna miss out. I gotta sign up and try to get myself in there. So, rest is history with that.
Awesome, man. Talk to me about the entire, process, arriving, for the show, getting into the house. Talk to me what it's like being there with 20 plus other guys, and how did it feel?
I mean, it was obviously a little nerve wracking. Well, one, I didn't live that far from the hotel. I'm just right down the road, so showing up at the hotel. First thing I see is actually Pono before I know him. It's him and Raiden outside hitting mitts. And obviously, Pono's a big dude, so I was like, well, there's a heavyweight right there. And then kind of walking in the hotel, and you had all the guys there. It was a little nerve wracking, a little bit. That it's like, it's here. I'm about to walk in here and do this, so. But I kind of just told myself, don't overthink it too much. Just, hop on the ride and let's do this, like, don't overthink it. Don't get too in your head about it. Just, see what every day, brings, so
Absolutely.
it was overall, I mean, it was a great experience, the whole thing, but yeah, it felt like a long time coming, like an opportunity for me to be able to do something. So yeah, I just kind of just tried to take it in stride as best I could, and just got to the hotel, just try to talk to everybody I could and get to know everybody. And uh, some guys were more willing to talk, some guys were kind of standoffish, but
Yeah.
I had some good conversations and met some good dudes, and
Awesome, man. Awesome. I don't want to give away what comes up on the show, but what can people expect from you the next time they see you up on stage or see you in front of a live audience?
Oh, next time they see me up on stage, I think you're going to see what I can really do. And I think the next time we see me on a live stage, I think I'm going to go out there and shock some people and get some people on board with with me, and really I think I'm going to bring a little bit more of intensity. I'm a very laid back guy, but definitely walking up there, it definitely brought out that kind of energy that I got in me, So I'm definitely excited to eventually hit that live stage and show out.
Awesome, man. You're a laid back guy, but let's kind of start it up a little bit. Anybody you want to call out? Anybody you'd love to go up against?
Oh, I seen your interview with Buffalo Soldier, and he's definitely right, man. There's some guys that are hungry, and little bit background on me. I'm actually Irish and Native American, and I really wanted to put on the comments. My ancestors really loved and respected the buffalo, but we also hunted them. So, I'd be willing to get up there with the Buffalo Soldier and get after it. But really, honestly, I really wouldn't mind going against Disturbing the Peace. I think he's a dude. He's a tough dude, gritty dude. No one's ever just set him on his ass, and and he was kind of the guy that first put it in my mind. So I'd love to go against him one day and just put on a show and go to war with him.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you joining me. One last one for you here so people can follow you in your journey. Drop your social handles.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Brice Just Hands Jones _, in between the Just Hands there. And then Facebook, same thing. Just Hands, Brice Just Hands Jones. You can follow
Awesome,
me.
my man. The first of many, I hope. You have a long career. Appreciate it.
Yes,
We'll talk
sir.
soon.
Yeah, thank you.